Okay, I was just preaching some politics. I'm a real American. Fight for what's right. You know who sang that? Hulk Hogan. My holy brother. He's friends with my father. He used to call him his holy brother. Yeah, Baruch Hashem. So the idea that we're fighting the Yetzer Hara, this is what we can learn from Trump. The ability to fight no matter what. With all the obstacles, with all the Yetzer Haras and all the challenges, comes a soul like him in our generation to teach us to fight. So too with Benjamin Netanyahu. He's still the Prime Minister with all the controversy, and he's still fighting away after so many years of controversy and battles within and without. These neshamas are there to teach us that we have to fight. Whether you like them or not, you agree with them or not, the bottom line is the true nakuda is we all need to fight. Fight our evil inclination, fight the energy around us. It's not, life's not meant to be this like Vino Stesha, nice little calm waters, sitting there having a martini. It's a fight. It's mamish a fight. And that's what the Tanya is talking about here. The Indian of,
I think Ariel has a saying like if life is easy, you're living it wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Beautiful day, beautiful week. So he's giving us the opportunity. These are the last weeks of the year to fix up. This is the last full week. Next week's already Rosh Hashanah. Already Motzi Shabbos is Shabbos Slichas. We're already saying Slichas with Shlomo here. It's happening. The shofar's blowing. Like we gotta get our act together. This is the time now. The last 12 days, can it fix up the last 12 months of this year? Chalakavod. Beautiful shofar. He's a shofar blower for us. That's what Shem should be well. To daven for him, we have to daven for the Rav. We have to daven for everyone to be matzliach in their job as shliach Sibur, as the agents of the Sibur, to lead us in this battle for the neshama, for the soul.
Amen.
Certainly there ought to be accept loving unwillingly the comparatively minor pain of what? Of exerting himself, says the Tanya in Perek 25, the 25th chapter. You have to accept the minor pain of exerting yourself in the performance of to bind himself to God with eternal pond. For sure you have to overcome your laziness, and there's pain. There's a pain involved of pushing ourselves in Yiddishkeit. We all know, waking yourself out of bed, pushing away the more life of comfort, and pushing yourself into shul, and it's going to just get more and more intense as we get up to Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, the slichas, the davening, and Yom Kippur with fasting, and we're going to fast on Gedalia. There's a lot of pushing ourselves out of what we usually do. But this is the time where we do it, because it's only a minor pain in comparison to what we gain. Because what's the most important part? And we learn it in this week's parsha and other parshas, the idea of Devekus, having Devekus to Hashem, and clinging to Hashem, dafka b'olam va'ed. And you see this notion again and again in Devarim. You see the importance of Devekus, of a relationship with Hashem, of Devekus, of clinging to godliness. This is worth it. It's eternity. Think about it. You're investing in eternity over the short-term pain of waking up early or not having as much time doing things that you generally enjoy to do. One of the keys are to learn how to enjoy Yiddishkeit more, which is a good one. One of the big avodas of coming up to Tishrei. Tishrei gives us an opportunity to remind ourselves or to reconnect to spiritual enjoyment, to learn to enjoy davening, to learn to enjoy learning, to learn to enjoy the mitzvahs of the Zman of Tishrei, to tune in more to the spiritual side of our being and de-emphasize the more physical aspect of ourselves. For by fulfilling God's will through the service, despite the exertion involved, the innermost divine will will be revealed in it, internally, as opposed to surrounding it or hovering over it, and very massive without any obscurity whatsoever. So this is a huge point. Yiddishkeit has to start to become intimate, internal. We have to start finding it within ourselves. Yeah, this is your one. We have to start finding it within ourselves, the simcha, the joy, the pneumius connection, that's something which we all need to work on. It becomes more alive, because what happens is a lot of Yiddishkeit can become soviv. I mean, it's surrounding us. Something, Judaism, like, bagel Judaism, like it's some sort of cultural thing people do, Whereas real Chassidus teaches us, and this especially we just had Chayel the Shabbos, reminds us that it's about the Pnimis connection. It's about internalization, making it more part of our inner conversation. This is much harder to do. It takes effort because you're breaking through into the inner realms of your being. Baruch Hashem, my wife's coming to the shir, which is good.
Good.
I want her to get out to these things. She just told me she's on
I've
her way.
always been going also.
Yeah, it's
This
important.
week she's not going on.
It's important, because there's always going to be something that women have to do, like they're always busy with some mitzvah or another. But it's important that, we push them a little bit and remind them that they also need to feed their soul, not just, things in the home and the kids. There's also their souls are also hungry. We have to partner in with them to give them that time and ability. Shein shum hester ponim ratzon elyon azay ein nifrad klal v'chlal lios yesh davar b'fnei atzmo. Now, when there's no concealment of the countenance of the divine will, nothing is all separates from godliness, have an independent, separate identity on its own. So once you understand how really everything's Hashem Echad, and no created being can really feel separate from Hashem unless Hashem himself conceals that truth. The inner aspects of the world stands revealed in one performance of mitzvah does not permit any sense of separation. This is a beautiful concept. When you're doing a mitzvah, you're connecting into this time of year, you're connecting into that inner part of yourself that's one with Hashem. And there's never separation. It doesn't matter what's going on around us in the world. We see that in Klal Yisrael. Who was it who said this over? Rav Shlomo Katz said it over from Rav Shlomo Kalibach. It made a big impact on me. The idea that Yaakov made a promise, there would always be this concept of shleimus, of completion in Klal Yisrael, that the base Yaakov will always have a connection. Yisrael would always have a connection to Yom Kippur. So Jews will always turn up to Shul Yom Kippur no matter what. Kol Nidra is always the most packed time in the whole of Klal Yisrael. The Jews are there. And that was a promise all the way back with Yaakov and Yisrael. The Klal Yisrael would be able to awaken that Panemius will. Why Yom Kippur? Because Yom Kippur is a day of Kesser. It's a day where we say Kesser, it's a day of Panemius. It's a day the Panemius Ratzon comes out. The true inner will of Klal Yisrael. And the true inner will of Klal Yisrael is one with Hashem. And that day has a power to remove all the blocks, all the Yetzaharas, all the Kitchukim, all the Maniyah, all the preventations that stop a Jew from connecting to Hashem. So that day is such an important day where that's the simcha of the day, that suddenly the soul is fully engaged, no matter who you are, no matter what kind of Jew you are. Like in Eretz Yisrael, hopefully there's no driving around, like everyone's respecting, hopefully, Yom Kippur, hope. That's the kind of day we want to experience. Thus the soul of the person performing the mitzvah, both the divine and the animating soul, and their garments of thought, speech, and action, will be united in perfect unity with the divine will, and with the infinite light of Hashem, blessed be, as explained above. So these mitzvahs affect a bond between what? Hashem and us, or us and Hashem. But it's on all the levels, on the way we think, the way we speak, the way we act. And we have to sort of allow ourselves to experience that truth. And that's a very powerful way of understanding Yiddishkeit, that it's very intrinsic, it's very deep within us. It's not an external experience. It's not just like, when I was in university, it was like bagels and lox. When I met the Chabad Shliach there, that changed my life, because the Chabadnik was talking to me about real things. The Hillel house or whatever, you should all be blessed. It's good to have some Judaism, but it was talking to me about bagel and lox. And I grew up with bagel and lox. Markesh, what's that going to help me fight off all the nisyonis of God forbid, hooking up with non-Jewish women and all the challenges. Hashkafically, one of my teachers in university, Hashem should save us, she was Jewish. And she was a self-hating Jew. And any time I ever wrote anything positive about Judaism, she failed me.
Wow.
I wrote a whole long thing about family and Shabbat, and I wasn't even that religious. I was just like, and she failed me, never. I hope that Yom Kippur she still comes alive, and I'm proud that I stood up in that world and stood for true values, even with the little bit of knowledge that I had then. Hope she's off to a beautiful week. We're gonna go learn now, and we'll go weiter in this.